Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and PowerShop, with the power to choose between EV day or night charging plans for savings to suit your schedule. Check out the link in the video description for full details.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom and this is Joy.
Hello.
And welcome to our review of the Kia EV4 here in Sydney, Australia. Let's go take a look. Right, so there are three variants for the Kia EV4. There's Air, there's Earth, and there's GT line. We are in the Earth variant right now, which is the mid-spec, starting from $49,990 all the way up to $64,690 for the GT line. And driveway prices are about $5,000 extra on top of that. They're all front-wheel drive powertrains, much like the Kia EV3, with the 0 to 100 in 7.4 seconds, up to 7.8 seconds. The Air has a 58.3 kilowatt hour battery, and the long-range vehicles have an 81.4 kilowatt hour batteries, WLTP range of 456 kilometers up to 612 kilometers, all can charge at 10.5 kilowatt AC. This is a 400 volt platform, which means it can only charge up to 128 kilowatts max at the DC charger. Has V2L, 4.73 meters in length, and has a wheelbase of 2.8 meters, clearance of 140 millimeters, you'd expect that for a sedan. Has the Kia warranty of 7 years for the vehicle and 7 years for the battery, and finally has a 5-star ANCAP rating from 2025. Alright, so let's take a walk around the Kia EV4, and you all know I love sedans, so I love that this is a sedan form factor for this Kia line. Looks obviously very similar to the Kia EV3, Kia EV5, Kia EV9, but now the 4 is in the sedan form. What are your thoughts?
I like it because it looks like a Kia. It's like immediately recognizable as a Kia. It looks like it's got the same styling as all the other Kias. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I love the low roof line.
I think there's something about the shape and the light signature, I think, isn't it? You know it's a Kia.
I know it's not the most aero thing having this, but still, it's a nice little touch here that it sort of steps down like that. So part of the design, I guess. Although some might argue that is part of the aero design. Those of you who know better, let us know in the comments. And swinging around back here. Let's have a look at the boot real quick. It's not powered, so unfortunately you have to open up like this for the Earth spec at least.
That's huge.
Yeah, not a hatch, it is just a traditional sedan look.
But your golf club normally takes up the entire thing, and this is just rolling around in this boot.
Yeah, plenty of space, which is good.
Yeah.
A bit of room under here as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So unfortunately not powered for this variant. Swinging around back here. Flush door handles again. Those of you who follow EVs know that in China this is becoming less common. In fact, there are regulations against door handles like this now. It's got to be easy access for fire safety reasons.
I think they just can't be electric, is it? If they're manual controlled, I think they're still okay, which I think these are. So I think these would be okay in China.
Okay. Yep, fair enough. Again, not subject to Chinese regulations. This is a Korean-made car. Charge port in the front right. And just the cap for the DC part, which is great.
Yay, sensible.
The weight should be 400 volts, as I said.
And an explanation of what the different colours mean when you actually need to look at them.
Yeah.
I always like stuff like that.
Oh, sorry, this is powered. I shouldn't have forced that. So, I think anyway. No? No, it's not powered. Okay, sorry, I thought I felt a motor. No, it's just...
It might be a spring? Like just a spring-loaded, isn't
Possibly.
it? Yeah.
There you go. There's the Kia EV4, and no Frunk I've checked, so no storage here. So nice to be able to review a sedan every now and then. In fact, this is probably the first sedan in the Kia Hyundai Genesis lineup. So yeah, looking forward to showing how this drives.
It's a lovely shape, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so door shut noise for the front. It's interesting, a little bit hollow. The back's not too bad, I think. Slightly better. So this is the white interior. And sometimes Kia Hyundai like to have these kind of materials that are recycled, just to show you the eco side of things. Soft enough for me.
I do like the big manual door handle though.
Yeah, easy access. I'm going to climb inside. I like that the seats are perforated, just makes it cooler during summer. Feels like a comfortable pair of pants up here.
It's a nice mix of sort of like fabric material and easy clean material, I think.
Yeah. Shut this door. Matte pockets. I know you like this style.
I do. Where did we recently see that?
Yeah.
Oh, there was in the Polestar, right?
Yes.
See? So, yep, you pay, what, a quarter of the price and you can still get that.
Flat floor. Bit of storage here. Manual fence. So all very similar to the Kia EV3 that we've seen before. EV5 as well. No glass roof, which is fine in Australia. I don't mind that. 3 door handles, except for the driver's side. All acceptable. The car's had enough of us, decided to shut down. And yeah, so, and like with all Kia Hyundai cars, the USB-Cs are nicely positioned here.
Yeah, that's
front
nice.
seats.
You know, it's not like down the bottom and you're sort of like
Yeah.
scraping away, and then you can pop the wire in there. So it's all very sensible.
No, it's good. I like the seats too. This is actually very comfy for the head. It's
Well,
this meshy material.
Yeah, we'll show it when we
Yeah.
get around to that side of things.
Yeah.
Did we show this already? I can't
did,
remember. We
yeah.
probably did.
Yeah.
Let's show it again.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Nice. All right, let's pop around to the front. Now, for the GT line, all front seats are powered, but just for the Earth Spec, the front passenger is not powered. Front passenger seat. You do get heated seats though. Oh, I forgot to show one thing. There is a V2L, internal V2L down here.
Ah, yep. That's so handy.
It is.
Like, I always think hair dryers after kids swimming.
Obviously,
That's my main thing.
that's been a lasting memory, having
Yes,
kids
yes.
swimming lessons
Yep.
for us. And over here, like all the Kia Hyundais, this normal seat and window controls here. And all this is very familiar to you. You know, the gear stalks down here, which you have to power on and off the car with. Indicator lights are on the right side, which is good. And then left side for the wipers. And again, the steering column's very familiar. All the same, which those of you know Kia as well. All in keeping. Let me just turn the car back on. Got sickos before. Now this, it works well. Like, it's starting to look a little bit last generation, but nothing to, you can't fault it too much. See the instrument cluster screen. All the information you need is right here. The Hyundai Alexio is a bit different now with the Snapdragon processor and the Chinese tech in it. But this looks very similar to what has been for the last 5 years for the eGMP platforms.
Yep. Perfectly functional.
Yep.
Yep.
Efficiency in the car is quite good. 160 kilometers driven with almost 30% of the battery, 14.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So you can expect to drive, I think, over 500 kilometers with this current efficiency. For the long-range vehicle, aircon controls in the middle as always, and then the center infotainment screen, which is Apple and Android compatible for phone projection.
Yes. And can I say what I like is that even though you can change the air conditioning on screen, you can also change it with physical buttons.
Yeah.
Because I don't like pressing the screen when it comes to the air conditioning.
Yeah, me neither.
That's just my personal thing, though. And a sensible volume button, because sometimes you, as a passenger, you don't know, you know, do you have to do some sort of magic trick? No, there's a big, I don't even know what you call those things. It's
Dial?
not a toggle, dial?
Yeah.
Rotor?
Rotor
I don't know.
dial.
I don't even know.
Yeah, no smoke and mirrors here. Glove box. I must say the white interior, I don't know, it's starting to get scuffed a little bit here in this press car.
It's not white. It's
Grey?
It's alabaster. It's like more like a darker. Yeah. It's not white though. I wouldn't call it white.
Okay. Armrest here in the middle.
Cream? It's not quite cream.
Yeah. lot of storage.
I love these though. This is signature Kia, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Here we go. Here we go. Wee.
They're fun there.
I'll never get sick of doing.
No. Now, one thing this doesn't have is wireless charging for the Earth trim, which is a shame because then you got to plug in your phone if you're projecting. Lots of USB-C ports and a 12-watt plug here if you need it. But yeah, otherwise, you know, pretty similar to every other Hyundai, Kia, Genesis that you've seen for the last 5 years.
Yep.
Oh, you just noticed a slot you can take in and out. That's handy. All right, well, I think it's probably time for a go for a drive. Let's do it. All right, so Joy's taking first shift.
This mesh is really, really comfortable. It's very nice.
It is lovely. It's like a springy, like, you know, feedback, isn't it, for your head?
Yeah, it's very nice. I might even bring it forward so I can appreciate it more. Ah, yeah, it's like a hug from a robot.
Look at you going off-road on the gravel.
Well, okay. I just have to remember that the indicator's on the right. We'll see how many times I put the windscreen wiper on during this drive.
It's a bit of a first world problem for us, isn't it? Switching between cars.
I remember that time.
Remember how to turn the overspeed warning off? I can show
Okay,
that.
no. Let's
You wanna
see
do
if
it?
I remember. Yes.
Okay.
The mute button. You pressed one of these?
Yes, the mute
This-
button.
was
Hold
it
on to it for a few seconds.
This one?
Yep.
Is it the big silver button?
Yes. Until you see the mute sign come up on the... There you go.
Oh,
It's super handy, isn't
yep.
it? Let's see if I can show that to you guys. See the mute sign near the posted speed sign?
Yep. Even I can do it. There we go.
I know you prefer SUVs. That's because you like to be higher off the ground.
Yep. I mean, yeah. It's just, for me, it's just a visibility issue. I don't mind being low to the ground. Maybe one day if like it's all kind of like camera based in terms of I can see, you know what I mean? Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, again, if everyone else was driving a sedan, I wouldn't mind. But it's the fact that, like, you know, if I rock up to an area and then there's like I'm trying to turn left and there's a car next to me trying to turn right and I can't see. So I'm just going to have to wait. So I guess that's just the impatience in me, isn't it?
No, I know what you're saying. When everyone's driving a big SUV or a ute and you can't see past them or over them.
Yeah. Like I personally don't have any issue with a sedan. It's just that when everyone else is higher than me, it's just like, no, I want to be high too because you're blocking my view.
Understandable. Okay, so turning onto Lady Game Drive, just to give you guys an idea of the handling, which it should be pretty good at, given it's a sedan.
Yep. And just in general, like, I find with the Korean cars, they're always tuned really well, in terms of like the acceleration, the braking, and like, yeah, it's just nice to drive, isn't it? Like, not all cars are sort of like some cars it's just like, okay, like you're getting from point A to point B, isn't it? Like it's just, but there's that actual sort of like enjoyable component to driving a Kia.
And you're probably sick of us saying this, but you know that is the value of a legacy brand like Kia, Hyundai. They've been in the country for a bit longer, so they know the roads, they've tuned it, and they can apply to new vehicles very quickly. So yeah, that's what you're, I guess, paying a bit of premium for. They are very nice. As a passenger even, it's very comfortable. Yeah.
Maybe it's just this headrest.
Could very well be.
It's so nice.
Yeah. It is a very nice experience being in this car.
That's the key, isn't it? It's a nice experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not just about A to B. You're actually, you know, it's a pleasure to be in the car from point A to point B.
Yeah. It may not be groundbreaking tech, but at the end of the day, it's a very comfortable car to drive.
It depends what you like, isn't it? Like, I mean, I do like my tech. So if I'm in a car that's got good tech, that is part of the pleasurable experience. But I do appreciate like a nice drive like this as well. So that's also part of it.
I think the tech will all catch up eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, thoughts on the handling so far?
Again, it's lovely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice heavier steering, which I like.
Good. Can you switch? I think you're in standard.
I am on iPedal 3, so it's like harshest regen again, which I like. So I actually don't like. It's fine as it is.
Okay.
I know I'm probably not in sport mode, am I? But
it's fine, isn't it?
it's fine. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a Sunday, so I don't feel like going aggressively.
That's fair. Sunday drivers.
Straight.
Straight on. Yeah, straight on.
Okay.
And the sound system's actually quite good, honestly.
Yeah.
We tested it earlier. I'd personally give it at least an 8 out of 10, the sound system.
And it's an A from me as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think, oh, you know, it's not worth paying a premium for a Korean car, but no, I mean, I see where the money is going. Like, you do, it is, I think it's worth the price premium if you are, you know, if you value those sorts of things. So it's not like it's like, oh, why are you paying more for nothing? You're not paying more for nothing. There is a reason that you're paying more.
Yep, agreed. There is value in it. Depends what your value is, I guess.
I think the shame though is that all these electric versions are still so much more expensive than their petrol equivalent, and I think that's the reason maybe they don't sell as well as they should.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a tipping point one day.
Left, straight.
Let's go straight. Sorry. Go straight on. Bit bumpy that road.
I was going to say, it handled those potholes pretty well. I just went right through them.
Right.
FSD style.
Let's find somewhere to stop, and then I'll take over for the highway part, and then we'll do our summary after that. So stay tuned, everyone. Nice clear cameras.
Something about being filmed when you're parking that just raises my anxiety level like 100%.
That's
I'm
fair
being
enough.
judged.
Alrighty, my turn. Take you guys back on the highway and then finish up there.
I'm enjoying the headrest.
Me too. Very bouncy. Ah, so nice driving a sedan, honestly. Seriously, I just cannot get enough. Alright, so bring a front wheel drive, you know you're going to get a little bit of torque steering. So, always take it easy with these front wheel drive vehicles. But I think Kia Hyundai are known for a bit of torque vectoring, so it does limit your acceleration.
But if you're not sort of pushing the car and driving aggressively, then it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Again, maybe I was just in Sunday drive mode.
Just like the fact that you're lower, it's more stable, less sway, less bounce. It's just a lovely, lovely form sedan and wagon, GT, those kind of things. But I do understand, yes, people buy utes, people buy SUVs for the versatility, the space, etc., etc. Grudging acceptance.
And also, you know, for people with mobility issues, sometimes it's actually easier to get in and out at a higher, like, SUV level than it is to get in and out at a sedan level.
No, I accept that. I accept that. What if there was a way for the seat to swivel out?
Yeah, I mean, that'll come with the new tech, isn't it? I mean, some cars already have easy entry, and I usually find it more frustrating. I don't like it. It's not easy entry for me. It's just like, why did you move my seat, and why is it now moving again?
I feel bad for the back passengers.
Yeah,
Crushes
right?
their space.
I'm not a fan of easy entry, but which you can, you know, generally switch off for
But
cars that have that.
Again, acceptance that some people, you know, need that space to get in. Sunday driver mode, everyone. Sunday driver mode. Sometimes it's just nice to just take a deep breath and just slow down. Rushing around Sydney every day. Yeah, the cabin noise is good. Let's see what it's like in the on the M2 with our NVH test. There is one pedal drive in this, so it does come to a complete stop, which is nice. I'm so impressed by the efficiency, 14.5. So they boast 600 k's plus in the long range vehicles like this one. I think 500 plus is probably achievable with the efficiency of 14s. I better stop. Everyone's watching. Alright. See how much torque steering there is.
Oh, Metro's not running today. Buses.
Oh, how frustrating. Oh, not too bad that time. Didn't veer off course, but I wasn't going that quick. Okay, let's pop on the M2. Get our decibel meter ready shortly. Complete stop.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Oh, so nice. Very smooth.
It is very smooth, isn't it? Yeah.
Very feathered. Good braking.
No, like, lurch at the end.
All right, away we go.
This is the bit I always fear in a front-wheel drive car.
Little bit again.
Yeah.
Tiniest bit, but there I can feel the torque vectoring kicking in. Just to stop me going off course.
What I call computer doing computer things.
All right. A rough road coming up. Oh, it's so warm. You have it on 24. Goodness.
That's because I don't like the air blowing at me.
What's that, about 60 to 70?
Higher than I thought, actually. It doesn't... I actually expected it to be a little bit lower than... I didn't think it would hit 70s, but there you go.
Yeah, it's sort of average. Not too loud, not too soft. Yeah, and then cruise control is just very similar to the other Kia Hyundais. You just press that button. It's got the auto steer, lane centering, zip up by ones. All good, all normal things. Yeah, and then we'll just turn off here. So just a very brief test for you guys. Just to verify that this car drives well like the other Kias. It's all good. Very happy with it.
Yep.
But in sedan form. It's a nice change. I better slow down here.
Again, it slowed down very nicely.
That's
you
good.
know, from 100 to 50, basically.
Yeah, I turned off the cruise, but yeah, it did. It just sort of gradual,
Oh, okay, so that was you. not the
gradual
car.
deceleration. But I also let go by accelerator
Yeah,
too.
but either way, like, it does it smoothly.
Yep. Alrighty, we might finish there and give you our thoughts very shortly. Alrighty, so once again, thanks to Kia Australia for loaning us the Kia EV4 for the week. It's been a very pleasurable experience, as you just saw on camera. So now comes the time to discuss the field that the Kia EV4 is entering in terms of electric sedans here in Australia. So there are four main contenders in our opinion. There's the Tesla Model 3, of course, the BYD Seal. Those two cars sell very well in Australia. And then there's the IM5, which is a newer entrant, and of course the Kia EV4. In terms of price, yeah, they're all fairly similar in price, except for maybe the IM5, which has a bit of an outlier at 60 grand. But you do get a lot of inclusions with that car. But with the EV4, just remember that we are comparing the very base specs. So the Air variant, there aren't as many inclusions in terms of features compared to, say, the Earth or even the GT line. So keep that in mind. For the Earth variant, you are paying $10,000 more than what's written there.
But maybe with the Air, it's like you don't want all the bells and whistles that are in the other ones. So, you know, for that reason, you can save $10,000 by not having a car that maybe that has, you know, all these like tech or unnecessary features that you don't actually, you know, need on a day-to-day basis.
And also the EV4 is the odd one out in terms of battery chemistry. It's still running on NMC. It is made in South Korea, and it is a front-wheel drive vehicle as opposed to the rest of the field, which is rear-wheel drive. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, otherwise, I think, you know, as we always say with the Korean brands, you are paying that premium for the fact that it is established in Australia. It is now borderline legacy. You do get a lot of dealers across the country. It's a well-known brand.
That's right. That's right. It's like if, you know, anything were to happen with the car, or you need you need to replace some parts or anything like that, you know exactly where to go. There's so many like other Kias on the road, so many other Kia dealerships. It's like you're not going to run into trouble from that point of view. With some of the other brands, like, you know, they didn't exist like 2-3 years ago. I mean, they existed obviously overseas, but they haven't been in this country for as long.
Yep.
So that's what you're paying for, which is fair.
But importantly, there's so much more choice now. So if you don't want a Chinese car, then here we are, a South Korean car, which is also pretty good. Just on its own, like on paper, it's still a very good car, still drives very well. Just that there is a feel now to compare it to in Australia, which is great. We are lucky to have that choice here.
Yep, for sure. And particularly, I guess, if you're used to like the Kia or Hyundai or Genesis ecosystem and having an indicator on the right-hand side, maybe you're not even going to bother looking at the other cars because you know, like, you definitely want that indicator on the right. So
yeah, that's important to some people.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, if there are no final thoughts, shall we sign off?
Yep. Again, the headrest and it reminds, because I know Kia always sponsors the Australian Open, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this just reminds me of that sort of like tennis ball green. There's like little touches of that colour all throughout the car, and it just makes me think of the Australian Open.
Yeah, I like the fact that Kia is consistent across their 3, 4, 5, 9, how it looks.
Yeah,
so.
like it's a nice sort of sporty-ish functional vehicle. So, yeah.
And it's a sedan, of course. Have I mentioned that already? It already gets big ticks in my books. All right, otherwise from myself, Tom, and Joy on Ludicrous Feed, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, it's happy charging.